It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. Just a Bit Outside radio show live on the air, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. As always, share the link, share the love. And as always, you got Mark, you got Keisha. Keisha, I'm going to get straight into the biggest, it's the first week of the NFL. The first game is tonight.
Yes.
You got to go with the biggest thing going. What designer do you think is going to get Taylor Swift's dress?
Man, you want to piss me off early, didn't you? That is funny. That is funny. What's up, outsiders? Welcome tonight. The 8-month wait is over, and we are all very excited. And even the Swifties, they're excited as well because there's going to be a lot going on this season, and as always, lots of drama, lots of excitement. I don't expect anything to be any different this season. And Mark, football is really special.
Hell yeah.
Okay, it's really special because, I'm pretty sure I didn't do my research on this, but we're avid sports fans. We watch a lot of the different sports and we follow them throughout the season. And correct me if I'm wrong, man, but football is the only sport where on their debut day, like season starter,
Yeah.
that there is only one game for all of America to watch.
I believe so.
Yeah, if you think about it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. And I was thinking about this earlier today, and well, first of all, it's genius on the part of the planning because you get everything. Right?
Yeah.
You get everybody that's been waiting for 8 months, salivating for some pro football. They don't give a damn who's on the TV. Everybody that is a football fan is sitting down tonight to watch this game. And I'm gonna have to do this on my own time, but I would love to research the ratings for opening night with football over the years. I think I like to find those little bits of useless information that are very interesting to me. But I was thinking about that earlier, and I was also thinking about how it's really special. I mean, and this goes for a lot of teams, a lot of sports. Each opening day, opening night, first game, it's a new. Let me use my Star Wars terms. New hope. How about that?
There you go.
It's new hope. New hope for your local team.
Yeah.
New hope for your fantasy team. New hope for yourself if you're part of a pick'em pool. And we wait for 8 months, and the football is $1 billion product. I'm pretty sure that it's got to be up there. The only thing that probably gets more betting dollars might be football or soccer.
Yeah.
We call soccer here in the United States because that is completely 100% international and the largest.
Yeah.
But it's a big fucking deal, And, I hope you're feeling the hope. I'm feeling the hope. I know that both of us are part of, fantasy football leagues and pools, and everybody has budgeted these last couple of weeks of summer or this last month of summer, if you're like me, to make sure that you have all your fantasy dollars in a row and everybody gets paid, and with great hopes this year.
Yeah.
And, like I said, this year is no different. But before we get into football, can we do a few other things really quickly? I'd like to do a little, it's a kind of a semi what's going on around town. I'd like to talk a little bit about my travels over the holiday weekend, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Okay, you guys. I'm always on the road. I'm always in search of taking things off of my bucket list. Opportunities to have new experiences in regards to sports. And this weekend was all about the ladies. And I took a nice ride up to New York, spent the weekend up there, and I crossed off some bucket list items. I'm happy to say. The U.S. Open, we are in the semifinals now.
Yeah,
as far as the tournament is concerned, we've had drama between one of our own. If you haven't heard, Taylor Thompson, an African American female player who is the epitome of class and grace, and a European player, Yelena Ostapenko.
Yeah.
And I felt that there was no better time for me personally to go up to New York and revisit a tournament that I've been to, at least 7 times, but I've always gone during the day. But there is a difference between the U.S. Open during the day and the U.S. Open at night.
Is there?
Okay? Oh, yes. Absolutely. Okay. Every time I've gone to the U.S. Open, I've always gone on a day bus trip. So we always went during the day. We go to these day sessions, which I mean, you're up there. You said what now?
Oh, nothing, nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're there till about, I would say, like 3, 4 o'clock watching matches, and as you leave the day session and you look at the people coming in for the night session, this was one of the biggest things with me. Every time it was time for us to leave, I would watch the people coming in, and during the day you're out there in t-shirt, shorts, flip flops, any type of hat to keep the sun off of you.
Yeah.
And you just really want to be comfortable a lot, because it's a lot of times up there it's hot. I mean, it is August. You're still in summertime, and you see these people coming in, and they're dressed to the nines. They look like they're going to a club, and I always would watch people going in like, man, I would love to watch the U.S. Open under the lights. So, I had a wonderful opportunity to see Taylor Towson play Mira Andreeva, number 5 seed in the world, on Friday night. I jumped at it. I put on a snazzy outfit, I would have to say. I looked the part for the most part. I didn't go all out.
Yeah.
Because some people like to do the fully formal route, but I was casually chic. And I got my ticket, and I went out there, and man, I gotta tell you, man, it did not disappoint. Like, yes, it was Club U.S. Open out there. Okay. Fat Joe, he was out there. There were a couple of other stars that were out there. I mean, the music was jamming. The atmosphere is just electric, man. I mean, the U.S. Open is just such a special stop on the tennis tournament tour. You're talking about, the biggest tennis facility. The Billie Jean King facility is the biggest tennis facility. It's home to the biggest tennis stadium, Arthur Ashe Stadium, and they really bring out all the bells and whistles. It is a small wonder that this particular tournament is a favorite amongst professional tennis players.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And we're not talking about, Miller Lite stands and hot dogs and shit. We're talking Grey Goose, Moet and Chandon, caviar chicken nuggets.
What?
That cost $100.
No.
Yes. That was the hot thing this year. That was the new hot thing. They had a caviar chicken nugget tray that you could buy that was $100.
No.
Lobster salad, $40. Yeah. So it's definitely it's not a cheap event, you guys.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something that if you're a tennis fan, you got to experience at least once. I also, for the first time, bought a honey deuce, which is a signature cocktail with Grey Goose vodka, I think raspberry syrup, and a couple of other things in there. But it's a signature cocktail for the U.S. Open, very popular amongst patrons. I actually had 2 of those. Which took me through the night, because they serve it to you in this nice big glass that you get to keep. I kept that,
Nice.
and I took it home with me. And this particular year was really special because it was the 75th anniversary of Althea Gibson integrating the sport of tennis and becoming the first black player to actually play professionally in the sport. So, that was absolutely, that was also very special for me as well. Another point as to why I had to make it this year, I'm just going to tell a little story. As a kid in grade school, it had to have been like 7th or 8th grade. And we used to have to do these Black History projects every Black History Month, and it was like this arts and craftsy type things where you took a Pringles can, you hollowed out the Pringles can, and you decorated the inside with your Black History person character or whatever and facts, and you do a report about it.
Huh.
Okay? Yeah. All right. So I remember this particular year, I wanted to do something current. I wanted to be one of the cool kids, of course. And, hey, little surprise. I wanted to do something in music. I think I wanted to do like Janet Jackson or something like that.
Okay.
And my mom, she's a teacher. She's a retired teacher here in Baltimore City. She was like, hell no. And I'm like, what do you mean, hell no? And she's like, I have selected someone for you to report on.
Wow.
And it was Althea Gibson. I'm always on social media. I'm always talking about the history of tennis. And a lot of it, I have to credit a lot of that to my mother. She made me do this Black History project on Althea Gibson. I can tell you anything you want to know about her.
Really?
Still to this day, I remember it because, one, it was a slightly traumatizing. Because I was so upset. At the time, you don't appreciate that shit, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, mom's fuck. She always, ruining my fun, and she won't let me be a G and all that dumb stuff. You know what I mean? But I just want to take this time to say thank you, Mom, for making me do that project. Thank you, Mom, for making us sit down and watch this sport with you because, as an adult, you know how much I love the sport. You know how much I have traveled for this sport. And just to watch it evolve over the years, it's just really been fantastic, man.
Hell yeah.
Really fantastic. And tonight, like I said, we have some semifinal matches. We got a couple Americans playing tonight. We got Sabalenka versus Pegula, Jessica Pegula, who is American player. And then we have the Naomi Osaka making it back to the semis after, I think, 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
Playing another American player, Amis Nova. Yeah, who is up and coming, young gal, very strong. So I'm expecting 2 great tennis matches tonight. And for all you tennis fans, you got to have to do what I'm doing. Got to flip back and forth, dog. Got to flip back and forth.
I don't watch too much tennis, but I did catch that Anisimova Swiatek.
And she beat the brakes off of Iga's ass.
That was so exciting.
She came so correct and put the WTA on notice. Like, yo, you better start taking me seriously. And I think they will.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there was not one, it was 2 straight sets of ass whipping. No tie breaks. I figured that the match would be close, but I was really shocked with the results. I thought Iga was going to pull it, and honestly, I kind of take Iga for granted because ever since her suspension for the PEDs,
yeah,
she hasn't been herself since she's come back. It's crazy. It needs to be studied because her and Yannick Sinner, they got suspended around the same time. Both had very generous short suspensions. To the point where players were complaining.
Wow.
And saying that it was a crock of crap. And white players, black players, European players. It did not matter. Everybody had something to say about it.
Wow.
But it just seems that, Yannick Sinner, who, throughout his whole process maintained his innocence, was his story was he was given some type of growth hormone or performance enhancing drug that he did not know about. And he came back. He didn't miss a beat. He's doing very well. He'll be participating in the men's U.S. semis tomorrow. But Iga Swiatek, she struggled.
Yeah.
She has struggled, and I'm gonna have to go back and look. I know she hasn't won a major, but I'm not sure that she has won any tournament.
Wow.
Since she has come back, which is kind of you just had the sentiments right there. Wow, that's an eyebrow raiser.
And she's still ranked pretty highly.
Yeah. I mean, in the time that she was on that shit, she's racked up so many points. I mean, the rankings are a point system.
Are they?
With tennis, yes. And each tournament that you play, which and I really liked it because you really earn your spot. Each tournament carries different point totals. Of course, the majors like the U.S. Open, Australia Open, the big four, the winners carry a total of like 1,000 points. Then some of the smaller tournaments, like the Miami Open tournament that I went to last year, I think that was like maybe 500 or 600 points up for grabs with that. So it's a point system.
Wow.
Okay, so you can still lose a couple and maintain your lead depending upon how many points you've earned.
Yeah.
Also, case in point, Coco Gauff, she's done okay, but she hasn't done fantastic. But she has managed to cling to stay on in that top three because when she was on, she was racking up.
Wow.
Yeah, and tennis is also very different to whereas this is a legit year-round sport. You legit can play from January to December if you choose to.
Yeah.
The only difference is, by you representing yourself and being your own brand and everything like that, you and your trainers can schedule breaks or make decisions whether you want to participate in a tournament or not.
Yeah, kind of pick and choose.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, really, really cool stuff up there in New York watching the U.S. Open. Bucket list item crossed off. Had a blast. I love New York. I would never live there, but I love you guys. I also went to see the Mystics were in town. I'm telling you, like, all the cards, everything was happening for me that weekend. The Mystics were playing the Liberty. I went to that game as well, and it was West Indies night at the game. So everybody from Barbados and Haiti, Dominican Republic. I mean, all of that area. I mean, it was the music was great.
Wow.
Big Ellie was in full effect. They had a singer perform at halftime. It's the girl that sings the song "Shake It to the Max." Shake it to the max. Shake it to the max. I can't even, because I don't even know what the fuck she's saying half the time. But it's a hot song out right now. I think her name is Shansina or something like that. And she performed at halftime, and it was at Brooklyn Nets Arena. I'm at Barclays, and Mark, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago about WNBA teams sharing arenas with NBA teams.
Yeah.
And just to experience that again on a regular season game, just to see this, even though it's the Mystics who, they're not like a top 5 team, but this game is still pretty sold out. I mean, the support and the following is just absolutely amazing, man. And it just really gave me high hopes for the direction of the Mystics. They've recently made some personnel changes on the team, I think, that are very good, and that the team might actually do something next year. And man, it was really sweet.
Nice.
Really sweet. Yeah. Yeah. So that was my time up there in New York. Had a great time. What else we got going on? I think that was really all I wanted to talk about before we got to tonight's game. Let me think. Was there anything you wanted to throw out there before we get into football?
No.
I feel like we're going to take ourselves right up to the 8 o'clock time.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
All right. Well, then there you have it. Let's go ahead and get into it. It is 7:23. Let's go ahead and talk about the Thursday night football game first. We have a lot of people that have been waiting all this time to lay some money on some football games and some football props. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Okay, so we have the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. They're at home, right, against the Dallas Cowboys?
They are at home, yep.
Okay, at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Big game, big NFC matchup. Rivals. Couldn't have come at a better time. Jerry Jones has been acting a fool. What are your thoughts on tonight's matchup, Mark?
I think it's going to be a runaway. You know, the Cowboys, they got rid of that bum on defense. No, come on.
Michael Parsons, right.
If anyone thinks,
literally gagged.
if anyone thinks the Cowboys have a chance, then it's just the Cowboys fans.
Yeah. You know, Mark, I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today. Yesterday, I was saying, you know, I was telling her, I was like, listen, if I were you, I would just stay away from picking a winner on this game, stay away from the spread. I'm like, Super Bowl hangover is real. More often than not, the Super Bowl team loses, you know, this, that, and the third. But this morning I was waking up, I came to my senses. What the hell am I talking about? Jerry Jones has messed this team up in an epic fashion.
Right. You
give away your defensive player. You know, gosh, I don't even know what you guys are doing on offense. Who do you have? What, CeeDee Lamb? Is that it? I don't even freaking know.
I think so, yeah.
You know, I just feel so bad for Dak Prescott because I really do. I feel like it's a wasted talent down there, and he's just a glutton for punishment, man. I really think he deserves to start a new life somewhere else. But, you know, I'm in full agreement with you, man. I think that this is going to be a freaking beatdown. You know, I mean, there is some slim possibility that the Cowboys might be able to keep it close because, I mean, hey, it's a division matchup, you know, rivalry, maybe, but I just don't see it. Let's get into the spread and the total points. Philly 8.5. Total points 47.5. You guys, you know how I feel about these high spreads. And, you know, I normally like to stay away. Tonight is not the case. If I were you, I would take those 8.5 points. How do you feel, Mark?
Wow.
Yes, I'm taking them 8.5 points. Yes.
I'm genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
Because usually you don't go for those larger spreads. But
I know.
Oof. I kind of agree with you. I think the Cowboys defense... yeah, they practice all off season without Micah, did the preseason games without Micah and everything, but that's different from a regular season game. I'm sure at some point they were planning on having him, so like their plays that they ran in practice probably like accounted for him. So now a team is a team is a team. It's a team sport, but there are players that make huge differences whether their side of the ball is good and bad. Mike is that kind of guy, and now that they don't have him, Cowboys' game plan like had to go like way out the window and get changed. I don't think the Cowboys are going to be able to recover for several weeks. So I would I go with that spread.
You talking about recovery from a personnel standpoint? What about the players?
Oh yeah, players too.
You know, what about morale, dog? It's like legit, like. For me, when I look at these larger spreads, anything that's 6.5 and over, like you got to win by a touchdown, the opposing team has to have something going for them well to give them a chance.
Yeah.
And in this situation, you know, the writing's on the wall for a train wreck of a game.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're going into Philly. You're going into one of the worst places to play, hostile environment. You know, your owner is a lunatic. Got rid of the leadership in the locker room. I mean, what do the Cowboys have going for them right now outside of pride?
Not much.
You know, I mean, it's. It's to me this, and you're right. You know, I like to stay away from the high spread, but this one is an absolute no-brainer. Okay, you guys. So that's the first easy money pick for tonight. Go ahead and take those 8.5 points with the Philadelphia Eagles. I have them winning by at least 10 in my book.
Okay.
Talk a little bit about this 47.5 points. Now, this is where Vegas might be able to make their money. Okay? Because I really don't see where much offense is going to come from the Dallas Cowboys side.
Yeah.
48 points, when you get to 47.5, 48, that's a high total point for a football game.
Yeah.
Okay? You got to put some TDs up there. And, I'm pretty sure that the Philadelphia Eagles will be able to handle their side of the bargain, but I am not positive about the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Again, for all of the reasons that we've previously talked about. I mean, can we agree? I was leaning towards the under 47.5. I honestly think that this is going to be a Saquon Barkley show. A lot of running on their end, and I just do not know. Like I said, I don't know where the offense is gonna, the offense is gonna come from.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
With
CeeDee Lamb, that's an easy double team. Lock him down. So then what?
Right.
So we're in agreement on that? Under 47.5?
Under 47.5.
Go ahead and book it. All right. I'm going to give you guys 2 more bonus picks, easy money picks. Saquon Barkley, anytime TD. And I'm also loving, I saw on FanDuel, I took this myself, fingers crossed, Saquon Barkley over 19 yards in the first quarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm expecting a heavy dose of my dog early.
Okay.
So, so those are your 4 easy money picks. Do you have any other ones you want to throw out there?
No.
Before we move on? Okay. All right, let's move on. Next thing we're going to talk about, of course, we're going to talk about our beloved Ravens. I have this matchup circled as one of the best games of Week 1. The Ravens are going up to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Shout out to Jaina, who I believe will be making her way to Buffalo either tomorrow or Saturday. She's currently in San Diego right now. I think yesterday, was it yesterday? Either yesterday or the day before, she was in San Diego for the Padres-Orioles game, and then she was catching a flight over to New York. So safe travels, Jay. We love you. Thanks for representing. It's going to be a great game. Great game. Sunday night football game, first one of the year. They definitely got it right with this one, too.
Oh, hell yeah.
What are your keys to the game versus the Bills?
I kind of talked about it during the preseason, but I just need to see Baltimore, both sides of the ball, being steady, not reacting, not beating themselves like they do so much. If the Bills go up by a touchdown, 10 points, don't freak out. Lamar, don't make really bad throws or try to put everything on his own shoulders. You got Zay, you got Henry, you got just all kinds of targets. So just take it nice and steady, and I think the Ravens got this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, last I checked, they were 1.5 point favorites. And Mark, you made an interesting point that I'm going to kind of piggyback off of. And it was in regards to Lamar. You were saying that he doesn't have to put the whole game on his shoulders now.
Yeah.
And, we have a pretty good sample set of the Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson show over the past, 3 or 4 years, right? We've had a pretty good sample set. And I think that, this game on Sunday night will be the first time that it will not be about the quarterback play.
Wow.
I do.
Wow.
I do. I think it will be about the supporting cast. Especially on the Ravens side. I mean, you said it yourself. He does not have to put the whole team on his shoulders. He does not have to, make the big plays. Not only that, Saquon Barkley has made it known that the running back is again valuable.
Yeah.
in this, what do we always say? Sports always evolve. They're always changing. And sometimes they come back to their roots.
Yeah.
And I think that running backs will be all the more valuable. They will be even more valuable because of what Saquon Barkley was able to accomplish last season.
Hell yeah.
All right, so that's just one of my little spidey feelings about the game. I don't think it's going to be about the quarterback play. I'm thinking more so supporting cast. But we shall see. We're talking about running backs. We're talking about Derrick Henry. We talked a couple of months ago, back in June, about Adam Sandler, his fandom with Derrick Henry. The challenge that was heard across the NFL realm, 2,000 yard benchmark.
Yeah. Which
is a pretty big deal and extremely difficult to do. If my notes here, because I did some notes on this, there have only been 8 players to do this in the history of the NFL. Derrick Henry was, I believe, the last one, the most recent. Went over 2,000 yards in 2020 with the Tennessee Titans. Ended it with 20 and 27. The challenge is back on the table. Not only has only 8 players ever done this, nobody's ever done it twice, dog.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it is going to be tough for him. It's not that he can't do it, because he most certainly has the ability to do it. But you have to take into account, game planning and everything now. I'm going to regurgitate again some of the stuff that you just said. Lamar has hella weapons now. And over the past 2 seasons, Lamar has become more of a passer.
Yep.
So I think that it is doable. But outsiders, if there are any outsiders out there that like to play football futures, you still have time to get this in tonight. Go ahead and take Derrick Henry over 1,400 yards. So I think that was the highest that I saw on FanDuel. I didn't see anything for $2,000, which I think is indicative of how difficult it was. Yeah. Because if it was doable, they would have them odds up there. You know what I mean? Like, if the odds on it wasn't so astronomical, Yeah. But the highest that I did see was 1,400 for Derrick Henry. Go ahead and take that. If you want to put $25 on it, you'll make some money. Yeah. You'll make a few dollars. Yeah. It's a good bet. If you want to put $100 on it, then you can get your fantasy coins back.
There you go.
Like, you'll make some money. But, so everybody all around the league, that'll be the big thing. That'll be the ongoing thing, especially here in the big crab cake. Is Derrick Henry going to be able to run back that 2K? And, I'm excited to watch him try. That's for damn sure.
Hell yeah. That's for
damn sure. What else we got on the menu? Let me take a look here. I think we ticked off everything. Okay, lastly, for all of our degenerate gamblers, we have our easy money picks for week 1. We gave you picks for tonight. Let's throw a few out there for week 1. Mark, I think we were both in agreement with the Baltimore Ravens. We're gonna take that 1.5.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Is there any other picks out there that really jumped out for you? And but before you answer that, let me just put another little stat out there. I'm all full of useless information. This week 1 is going to be extremely entertaining. I can tell just by looking at the odds.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they really nailed it for a season opener with the NFL. What do I mean by this, you guys? There are 16 games that are going to be played. There are no bye weeks. We all know this. Everybody's on the mic. Everybody's taking the field, right? Okay? Of the 16 games, guess how many spreads there are over 5 points?
Over 5?
Yep.
5.
God damn, man! Did you count? That was right on the money.
No
but
shit.
that is less than a third, you guys.
Yeah.
Everybody is 5 and below, and I swear to God, you take a look at it right now. Open up your apps right now. The majority of them are 3.5 points or below. Like, dude, I was looking at Harry's league, and I was sweating bullets last night because I did not know what to do with myself.
Right.
I mean, seriously. I mean, a lot of these matches this week are very evenly keeled. And Ravens, Bills, that's just one of the many.
Yeah.
One of many. So, with that being said, I'm not going to call these easy money picks because if you make some money this weekend, that shit is going to be hard fought. Okay, and well deserved. We just gonna call these the JABO picks of week 1. All right, we're gonna take a little pressure off of ourselves because what we ain't gonna do is have y'all starting off this week talking about Keisha and Mark don't know what the hell they talking about. So we're gonna go ahead and give you some picks. Enter at your own risk. All right, Mark, hit me with your first joint.
Well, you know what strikes me too about a lot of these games is the total points. There's a lot of total points over 40.
Yeah.
They expect a lot of scoring to be done. But I tell you,
Vegas gonna eat their ass alive. I swear to goodness.
There's a game that the total points is 37.5, and I think that's too generous.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a field goal fest when Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers visit.
Yes.
I think that's going to be like a 15-9 game. You're not going to see touchdowns. That's going to be the crappiest game you've ever seen, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it.
Oh, yeah. You know what? And I can guarantee you that particular game is where Vegas is going to make a whole lot of money, man. Because they are going to expect fireworks, and it's going to be the driest crap, one of the driest games of the week.
Right. Exactly.
I totally agree with you on that. Totally agree with you on that. Coincidentally, that particular matchup, I was looking at that, and they have Pittsburgh as 2.5-point favorites.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I'm on the fence with that. Even with that one, I am on the fence.
Really?
I am. I'm going to stay away from Aaron Rodgers until I see 2-3 weeks of what they looking like.
Right.
Because I don't know.
Right.
Honestly. And if you are better, if you want to play smart money, stay the hell away from this game, outsiders. I'm telling you. Please do not go with your heart. Aaron Rodgers fans, please don't throw your money away until you really know what you're working with. Week 3.
Right.
Sorry, man, but I interrupted you, man. Go ahead, yo. What's your first pick?
Well, that was my first pick. The Steelers and the Jets going under on the total points.
Under on total points. Oh, okay, great. I like it. That is legit. That is definitely legit. It says I'm up. Okay. This is another game that I have circled for week 1 that's going to be, a lot of fun to watch. But, honestly, I am a little shocked with the spread, with the odds on this. Detroit Lions playing on the road. Yeah. Green Bay Packers. Okay. The Packers are favorites, right?
Yeah, by what?
By 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Me personally, I have a lot of faith. I know that there's a lot of faith in the potential that can be in Green Bay, but I'm just starting off your week against that's also another divisional rival, right?
Yep.
And you got a lot of experience on one side, and you got some young leadership, a little experience under the belt. But I'm kind of surprised that the Green Bay Packers got the 1.5 points. But I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going with the Detroit Lions.
Really?
Detroit Lions plus 1.5. Yeah.
You're taking them on the spread. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the plus 1.5. I still have a lot of faith in what's my man's name up there? Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Jared Goff. To me, the Detroit Lions are kind of like the Baltimore Ravens of the NFC.
Okay.
They just get so close. One of these seasons, they have got to get their ass together, to make it all the way. If you think about it, right? Am I wrong?
No, not at all, yeah.
They every season, just like with the Ravens, you got all the pieces there. You got a great coach. I even like Dan Campbell more than I like my own damn coach. Okay. And just for whatever reason, they just can't get over that hump. And I'm looking for them to show off and show out in their first game at 4:00 on Sunday. All right, so there you have it. Take the Lions plus 1.5.
I'm gonna disagree with you on this one.
Woo!
So bettors, make your bet wisely. You listen to what Keisha had to quantify her pick, and now I'll say my piece.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to go on the spread or anything. I'm going to go straight money line, take the Packers.
Okay.
And I'm taking the Packers because I like the Lions. I think the Lions are going to go back to the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. I'm not wishing them ill or anything. But they're working with not only a brand new defensive coordinator, but also a brand new offensive coordinator. Their former offensive coordinator went on to greener pastures. They said he was really tight with Jared Goff. And, the head coach does their thing. But we know that these coordinators can be a whole lot more influential on the game planning and how the game goes. And I think Detroit's going to stumble before they crawl, before they run. So I'm taking the Packers this week 1.
Okay. All right. All right. First disagreement of the season. Okay. Gotta love it. I love being on opposite sides of the ball. Let me take a look at another game. Okay, even though this is a division rival, I just do not have any expectations whatsoever for the New York Giants. I really wish, and I will say this every year until he retires, I really wish Russell will just retire.
Yeah.
One of the good things Giants fans will have is my man, Jameis Winston.
Yep.
He is a lot of fun. I think he's perfect for New York. He will. I eventually see him. I know he'll get some burn this season. Because Russell, he is just banged up, and it would be naive to think. I'm not going to say naive. I would be shocked if he made it halfway through the season without an injury. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But durability, you got to keep it 100, even with the ones that you love. You got to be real about this. And I'm not a fan of the Giants, so I don't have no rose-colored goggles on. Okay? Jameis is going to get some burn, and when he does finally get under center, it'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be exciting. He's just has a great personality, and he needs a lot of fun on the field, too. And he's already making his presence known up there for the G-men. And but all that being said, this is another one of the higher spreads that I were talking about. You got the Washington Commanders -6.5. I don't know. I feel like the Commanders can beat the Giants by a touchdown. I don't think that would be too hard to do for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Commanders need to really show up and show out this first game because their schedule is one of the toughest in the NFL. And
oh, really? Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at schedules. I'll do that tonight while I'm watching the game. But very interesting.
Yeah. Well, they got to the NFC Championship game last year, so like, of course, they're going to have that tougher schedule. And
what's that? With a rookie too? Here's your reward. We're going to make it impossible for you to be successful again.
It's going to be a tough road this year. I hate to say it for
Go
James,
for it, black boy. Go for it. Oh man! Oh, speaking of black quarterbacks and everything, we're making history again. This season, and it's trending over the years. This year we have 16. Count them, 16 black quarterbacks starting week 1.
Really?
Which is the most. Yes, the
Half
most.
the league.
Yeah, most of all time.
Nice.
Gosh, they need to put some props out there on that. How many will be successful? How many won't? But, yeah. So all sorts of great things going with all of these teams. We're coming up on 8 o'clock really quickly. You guys, we will give some more love to some of these other teams next week because, of course, we had to focus on Thursday Night Football. We had to focus on our Ravens. We will be able to, follow and do our own little research on all week 1 games. So, next week we'll get into we still will talk about the Ravens because, this is our show and we get to do what the fuck we want. But we will give some of the we'll give some love to some of the other teams as well. We will definitely do that. Before we sign off for the evening, Mark, did you want to do any real on wrestling or, anything at all that you wanted to shout out?
Nothing I can think of right now.
Okay, fantastic. That's perfect. Everybody out there, happy football season. I know that pizza places and wing stops and all the places across America are jumping right now. I am no different. I have a pizza warming in the oven waiting for me right now, cold beer in the fridge. And, I hope you all have your favorite football snacks out tonight, too, because there's going to be some fireworks for Philly, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
And I already congratulate them on a great start to the season. I'm Keisha, and as always, on the other end of the line is my favorite slice of pizza, man. Yo, Mark, happy belated birthday. I miss you, brother. Miss you like hell, dog. You have no idea. And we are just a bit outside. Share the link, share the love, give hugs, all that stuff. Be clean. And y'all enjoy this football week. Peace, peace.